Hi, I'm Lisa with Iceland Adventures.
And I'm Sue.
Yeah, Sue's been on a bunch of tours with me with Riding Iceland. Saltvik is the main base, but Riding Iceland does tours all mainly up in the north of Iceland with Botany Paul. And I have a few questions here that I was going to ask Sue.
Sure.
And Sue, first of all, what's your favorite tour in Iceland?
Well, I've done 2 tours in the summer, 2 tours in the winter, and a fall tour. And I'm not sure I could tell you which is my favorite because everyone has something so special about it. So in the winter, the snow and the ice is magical. In the summer, weather's a little better and the light is longer, and the distances we traveled on the Dream Tour and the variety of landscape that you're in is just astonishing. And in the fall, I rode one of the Roundup tours, and we did a lot of rivers, and Lake Hope, I think we crossed 3 times, and Lake Hope is magical. So it's, I don't know what's my favorite. I would say the favorite tour is the one I'm riding.
That's a good answer. That's a really great answer. Okay, this is something a lot of people will ask me, and I want to see what you have an answer. Why did you pick Riding Iceland as your tour group? Because there's a lot of tour companies.
There are. I think I just got lucky. I found Lisa. I had ridden in Iceland once before in the south on just day tours, and once on the Snafflenese Peninsula on a day tour. But then I came back for a more serious ride, and I made contact with you online. And that hooked me up with Saltvik.
Yes.
So once I rode with Saltvik, I'm sure there are other wonderful companies, but Saltvik is so special that once I rode with them once, I thought, this is where I ride. Right?
Yes.
These are my people.
Yes.
This is where I ride. The family's wonderful. The guides are wonderful. The herd is amazing. And I'm not sure why I would need to branch out.
Yeah. I love Riding Iceland. I know I'm supposed to be asking the questions, but I love it because within 5 minutes you feel like your family.
You do. Here's Luca.
You do.
You do feel like family, right?
Yes. Luca is my Icelandic. We're here in Florida, so this is not Iceland.
No.
But
No, and I'm from the Northeast. I have 2 Icelandics and a third Icy who lives with them up in Rhode Island.
But you don't have to ride an Icelandic at home in order to go to Iceland and really enjoy riding the special breed that they are. All right, so let's see. What is your favorite food? Food is always a big
food in
topic.
Iceland. I like food. I'm easy to feed. But I find in Iceland, I want to be eating local fish or local lamb.
Yeah.
Or anything that's relatively locally prepared. A lot of their fish is amazing. The lamb is amazing. As I recall, on a leg of the Dream Tour, we also had ham at someone's house.
We did.
The best thing I have ever eaten. I mean, it could have something to do with being in the saddle for 8 hours during the day and then having dinner.
Yes.
But it still was just amazing. So I love the way food is prepared in Iceland. It's fresh and it's local and it tends to be delicious.
So they're always giving you breakfast in the morning.
Yep,
we pack
in the
our
morning.
lunches.
Lunch on the trail.
Lunch on the trail, and then they fix you a fabulous dinner kind of
together at night.
Family style dinners.
Family dinner at night.
Absolutely. So you can pick and choose what you like and how much you like of each thing.
Yeah, and if people are vegetarian or have special needs, they will take care of you. There's plenty of options for what you eat if you don't eat any of those things we were talking about.
Yes, yeah. Good point. Good point to have out there. All right. So you and I go to Iceland mainly to ride horses. Yeah. What is something else you would do, like maybe before or after you go on the tour? Is there anything else that you
Sure. I
really
mean,
enjoy?
We usually are in Reykjavik for a day before the tour, wandering around and doing some shopping and eating yummy things and taking in some sights. If I had extra time at the end of a tour these days, I might take some extra days and rent a car and explore a little more. I haven't been to the eastern side of Iceland or all the way south, and I'd like to make that happen eventually.
Yeah.
So I think you can do as little as just that one day in Reykjavik, that you usually want to be there a day before the tour so you can get a little rest with stuff before you get picked up. And then you can have a day of exploration. Some people want to spend as many days as they can in Reykjavik doing all the museums and all the cultural sites. I want out of the city usually to see waterfalls and glaciers and beaches and wilder things.
Yeah.
But a lot of people adore Reykjavik, and I'm sure there are things that you could do for days and days on end.
Absolutely, absolutely. And renting a car is a great way to do it, but if you go and you don't feel comfortable renting a car, buses will pick you up.
So many bus tours, yeah.
And take you on the tour directly from there. So snorkeling and scuba diving is high on my list.
I have not done that yet.
Not done that yet, yes. They put you in wetsuits, so haven't
dry
done that.
suits, I think, even. Yeah,
yes.
It's so cold.
Yeah, so that'll be great. So anything that you would recommend, like if you are booking to ride with Riding Iceland, any main tips that you would give maybe a first-time goer?
Sure. I think if you're going as a first-time rider, you want to work with somebody like Lisa who really understands what each ride is like, because you want to be very, very truthful with yourself and with Lisa and with Saltvik about your riding skills, because you want to end up with a ride you're going to be comfortable on.
Yes.
So there are rides for everybody. You could do a comfort tour with Saltvik where they're going to take you out just for the day and bring you home every night, and it's going to be a much easier ride. If you end up riding a leg of the dream tour or a more difficult ride, you're going to be moving along fast through some difficult terrain, and you want to make sure you're confident enough that you're going to be having fun doing that.
Yes,
yes. And I mean, to me, it's incredibly fun. And the thing to remember is to trust your guides also, and trust the horses. Bjarni's herd is amazingly athletic and incredibly capable. So I've had horses take me down mountainsides and cliffs and through rivers and through rocks, things that even though my horses are Icelandic, I would not ask them to do.
Yes, these horses.
But these horses are used
terrain.
to it, and we've done it at full speed. And I think it's important that you can take your head and say, okay, these people know what they're doing. The horses know what they're doing. Put your feet deep in your stirrups and go, and you're fine.
Yes.
But if that's scary for you, then you won't have fun, and you're going to need a gentler ride, and those gentler rides exist. So pick one of those, and Lisa or somebody else can help you pick one of those.
Absolutely. All right, well, Susan, thanks for chatting with me, and we may come back and ask her a few more questions for another video.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have
Thanks
fun.
for joining Iceland Adventures.